Good morning. Happy 4th. Happy 4th of July. So the day to celebrate our independence, and we come this morning to really discover a freedom that is in our I am presence. Our I am is where we really find true liberation. So let's just all move into prayer and into that center space. And just bring into your awareness the very statement, I am. I am. In the I am is freedom, so we open this place, this space this morning to that discovery in a greater way, in the name and through the power of the living Christ. Amen.
All right, you guys want to stand up?
Let's
get
do
some
it.
Singing going on. I have a song that's going to be pretty much like just call and response, pretty easy. I'll sing, I hear the music, and then you sing, I hear the music. So just repeat. You'll figure it out. I have faith in you. You look smart. I hear the music. I hear the music. Yeah. Down in my soul. Down. Yep. I hear the music. Down in my soul. I hear the music. Yes. Down in my soul. And everybody together. And the whole wide world is my home. Exactly. Nice job. I got a new day. Yes. Down in my soul. I got a new day. Down in my soul. I got a new day. Yes, down in my soul. Everybody together. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. Yeah, and the whole wide world is my home. Here we go. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. Yeah. And the whole wide world is my home. Yes, it is. And the whole wide world is my home. Nice job, guys.
Please remain standing while we affirm our core values. So let us affirm together. Integrity. We act with integrity by building trust and ensuring the highest good for all. Joy. We sizzle with enthusiasm for life. Acceptance. We mirror God's unconditional love and accept one another. Love. We behold the divine truth in everyone. spiritual growth. We are focused on expanding the expression of the divine essence of our being. So the power slide for July, pardon? Please be seated. Sorry about that, wasn't looking. The power slide for July is understanding. We celebrate the power of understanding. I will light the yellow candle, which represents understanding. So today's daily word is freedom, but first I have a really short story, believe me. And I am wearing this, of course, for the holiday, for Independence Day, and also for our beloved Connie Busemeyer, who sets the fashion couture for the 4th of July. But most of all, for my grandmother, who was an immigrant, came here alone at the age of 17 or 18. And what this day means to her is her legacy to me. So she loved this country so much that on all significant holidays, she would round up the grandchildren to sit in front of her, and we had to sing America the Beautiful for her. And she would cry, and we loved seeing her cry, and we would smile, and we were so happy that we made Grandma cry. And when I was shopping at my favorite feed store, I ran across this, and Grandma, who accompanies me in many places, told me, buy it. So I did. So today's daily word is freedom. There are many ways to feel free. I may work hard to become financially free. I may plan trips so I can freely explore the world. I may commit to learning for intellectual freedom or exercise my body for greater freedom of movement. Even as I do my work in the world to know freedom, I remember that I'm always free at the level of spirit. No situation or circumstance has power over me. Every day and in every area of my life, I live from my divine nature, where I am wholly and completely free. Through my inner powers of understanding and faith, I recognize and embrace empowering beliefs. My spiritual gifts of strength and release keep me on course and help me free myself from habits that derail my spiritual growth. Through God within, I am grateful to be free. Today's passage is taken from Galatians 5:1. For freedom, Christ has set us free. And now Angie will prepare us for meditation.
Peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace let there be peace. By thy grace let there be peace. Peace within me, peace from me. By thy grace let there be peace. By thy grace let there be peace. Ekankara Satanam Siddhi Waheguru. 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 Ekankara Satanam Siddhi Waheguru.
Just continuing to sink in to your very center. Continue to settle into your chair. Relaxing all the muscles in the head, the neck, the shoulders, and all the rest of the body. This morning's meditation. It's a meditation on freedom. And the freedom that comes from knowing I am. Just begin your affirmation. That inner affirmation. I am. And again, affirm. I am. So now I have a few affirmations. They feel right in your heart. I just invite you to continue these affirmations. I am an expression of divine love. I am a light within the human body. This light infuses every cell of my body. I am light. This I am is shifting my reality. This I am is opening new doors and closing old ones. From this I am, I am shifting out of fear. And out of any sense of separation. In the I am, a higher world is here for me now. Just affirm that again. In the I am, a higher world is here for me now. Let's just be in that freedom, that very claim together this morning. In the I am, a higher world is here for us right now. Just welcome that. Just welcoming that into this sanctuary. Just be with that filling presence. In this I am awakening to a whole new world that supports my path. In this I am, every step is held in love. In this I am, every step at the crossroads of my life into what is new for me is obvious. It is a step that supports me, that supports my divine unfolding. I am free in the I am. Just begin to bring yourself back. Coming back slowly. Knowing this I am is with us always. And it's always who we really are. In the name of the living Christ. Amen. And amen. And amen.
All right. I guess I'm not going to chicken out. All right. So this is a song you know. I changed the lyrics and have my own little twist on it. I'm not a lead guitarist, so bear with me. I'm going to try my best to do the song well. I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. Went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. Asked the Lord above for mercy. She said, save your soul if you please. I went down to the crossroads, take the low road or take the high. Went down to the crossroads, take the low road or take the high. But Lord, I know me, time to make my spirit fly. I'm gonna build my own road, take the people by my side. I'm gonna build my own road, take the people by my side. You can come or build your own there on the riverside. We can run there. Tell your friend, old Willie Brown. We can run there. Yeah, tell your friend, old Willie Brown. 'Cause I'm standing at the crossroads, but I'm not sinking down. Yeah, you're standing at the crossroads, but you're not sinking down.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you. A little Eric Clapton unity style. Yeah. Nothing wrong with starting a Sunday morning like that. Yeah, I went down to the crossroads. Take the low road or take the high. But the Lord, I know me. I know what serves me. I know what sets me free. The Lord said, yes, help yourself, if you please. You know, Jesus said that to Thomas. When Jesus said, I'm going away, Thomas says, oh, tell me the way to where you're going. And Jesus says, that way of rising fresh, that way of settling into the healing and realizing your whole self, you know what he said to him? You know the way. Didn't tell him how to do it. He said, you know the way. He said, I am is the way. I am is the way. That's the way at the crossroads. You know the next step. How many this morning feel like that some way in your life you're at a crossroads? Your soul is just preparing you for something new. Yeah, a majority of you. Your soul, you can just sense it. I'm at a crossroads. My soul is preparing me for something new. There's something transcendent of me, a quality of mine that just wants to come home. It just wants to come home. It just wants to express through me. And for it to be a major part of my life, a divine plan is unfolding in me. And I wonder if it has anything to do with this time in history. I wonder. You know, earthly history it has much to do with the rise and the falls of kings and kingdoms, right? But your spiritual history has to do with an unfolding divine plan within you. If you look closer, earthly history and its rise and its falls of kingdom, it's a story of those getting caught up in the mass consciousness, the collective mind of the crowd, and losing a connection to themselves. That's the story of earthly history. But there's a kingdom that never falls. And it's the story of our spiritual history that's grounded in an individual awareness of there being a flow of life within us that is instinctively finding its way to its divine goal and expression of our complete wholeness. That's our spiritual history. There's more of us. Our soul is preparing us to integrate more of our divine qualities to express. And that's what the crossroads are all about. The questions at the crossroads are two. One, will we follow what's integrity for us? Will we follow the flow and an innate determination within ourselves? Will we choose what serves us, or will we choose more of the same? More of the same that ultimately ends up yielding us losing our power. We've got to choose what the soul is calling us to. Which way serves us? Which way renders us stale? You know what they say is, and I quote this often, if you always do what you've always done, things are going to get worse. They're going to get worse. Yeah, but your soul, it wants you to stay vibrant, alive, connected. This morning, let's look at a few key points on what that choice looks like and where to choose from the soul. I want you to imagine this morning with me that your life is like a wagon wheel, okay? And at the very, very center of that wagon wheel, a wagon wheel with spokes coming out, right? Yeah. At the very, very center of that is spirit. I am consciousness. The I am that knows. And the spokes that are coming out, just see arrows coming out on those spokes. These are all the paths that your soul can take from living from the center. You know, when our soul is preparing us for something new, I think sometimes we get this idea, I got to pick it right. I got to get it just right. But the reality is there's many satisfying paths. Yeah, the key is, does this feel good? Does this feel satisfying? Does this feel like I'm moving into a fuller expression? And then on that outer ring, I want you to imagine on the outer ring of this wagon wheel is your personality, okay? You know, your personality, it's like, there's this guy and he's kind of analytical, kind of comes across as a professor, little witty, but not all that funny, and he can be in a crowd, but he'd just rather be by himself. That's personality, or the woman who's she's funny. She's the life of the party. If she's not at the party's just not the same. And she loves being in a crowd. She's got so many relationships, but she just doesn't go that deep into them. That's personality. That's personality. So often when we choose our next path, what our soul is calling it into, we often choose from the personality. We let the personality get in the way. The I am, the body in the way. And we start thinking like, I I got to become a little more charismatic. You know, people who are successful at what I do, they're charismatic. Or, you know, I gotta just integrate a little more deeper understanding. I got to know more before I can move forward. You know, when we start with all these kind of thoughts, or if what happened to me hadn't happened, I could really do it, but it's just blocking my way. You see, when we start with the personality and we try to work our way to the inside that knows, what happens is things like guilt and shame and doubt and blame get in the way. Jesus was telling Thomas, live your life from the inside out. The inside knows. So how do we get to that? How do we get to that presence? The answer is, of course, be still. We have to have in our life stillness. We have to have practices that allow us to remain in stillness so that we're always in the center where thyself is. You know, many of us know, or most of us know, that on the sanctuary at Delphi are written these enigmatic words, know thyself. Or the early Christian theologian said it this way, the greatest of all lessons is to know thyself. When you know thyself, you know God. Thyself is the presence. Thyself is the I am. I am. Feel that for just a moment. I am. Can you feel that that's free? That it's liberated? That it has no fear in it? I am. The second century philosopher, now in the back in the second century when there was a philosopher, they were mystics, okay? But the second century philosopher, Thomas, says, it is that within us which knows. The I am knows, so be still and know, because at that very center of the wheel of your life, spirit, consciousness, it knows. At the very center is the doorway into the kingdom of heaven, where all your support is at. Listen to what was Jesus said. This was a document that was found. You know, most of us know that in the 1940s, there were all these Gnostic manuscripts that were discovered, right? The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, and all these different Gnostic discoveries. But actually, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, there were other documents called the Old Manuscripts. You know, the 1800s and the early 1900s is when the New Thought movement really started to take off. It's when this understanding started to come back in a bigger way. I am is the way. But listen to what Jesus says in this document. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and whoever knows himself shall find yourself, know yourself. They're all saying the same thing. True freedom, true liberation is the I am presence, and the I am presence knows the way. At our crossroads, always go to the I am presence. This is the place to start from. It's completely free of fear. It's a presence that's known. It's a presence that is within you where the kingdom of God is, and it's a presence that opens a doorway to your support. Remember a couple weeks ago, we visited that quote from Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. You know, go confidently, living your life in your sweet spot, right? What resonates for you at the very core of your being? Go confidently in that direction. Live the life you've imagined, and you will meet with uncommon success. And then it goes on to say the most interesting thing that I just have to repeat again this morning. He says, you will find that you're in the company of the entities of higher beings. You know, when Jesus said yes, the angels came. That's the story. When we choose at the crossroad from the center of our knowing, the angels come. We are supported, and they make the way straight before us. That's the truth. That's the truth. Choose from that very inner knowing and move from the inside out. The next spiritual truth I'd like for us to visit this morning is we're living in a time when the traditional is passing away. Have you noticed? Yeah. Yeah, the day of, captive audience is over. It's just over. People have so many opportunities to explore their spirituality in a unique way. And the church must wake up to this. It just must. There's something new emerging. We're living in a day now where we can see that when Jesus said, "Upon this rock I'll build my church," it was upon this awareness of your inner knowing and expressing your divinity in its fullness. That's the church. That's what Jesus was going to build the church on. Or you could say the I am presence within us is going to build that church upon. That awakening. This week I read an article from Rick Warren. Does anyone know who Rick Warren is? Rick Warren, yeah, several do. Rick Warren is the pastor of Saddleback Church in Seattle. Yeah, it's coming back. He's the gentleman that wrote The Purpose-Driven Life and The Purpose-Driven Church, right? 20,000 people on a Sunday morning go to Rick Warren's church. Now, he's very involved in this called the Emerging Church. There's a whole group that are beginning to see that, our spirituality has to integrate caring for the earth. It has to integrate people who love to dance and people who love to express their divinity in many different ways. We can't just have it one way, one tiny format, So in the article, it was just sharing that Rick is stepping down. His soul's preparing something new for him. He's moving from being the senior minister to just being the founding minister. His soul said it's time to rest. It's time to relax into the healing. Sometimes I think when we hear this, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. That's somebody who's saying, I've done my thing. I've done my thing. I just want to relax and enjoy my life. That's a soul that knows too, right? That can still be a time when you integrate more of your wholeness. So I don't know if that's why Rick decided to step down. But this is what I want you to hear this morning that comes straight from a quote from him. He said, and I quote, "Saddleback church model, mega church model." This man got a PhD and studied this woman in the 1940s and 50s that had great success building a large church. And he built it, 20,000, and he went all across the United States and taught everybody how to do it. And this is what he's saying now. The Saddleback church model, and I quote, "is not the model of the future." Wow. Wow. Humanity is beginning to realize its original call. That everyone has a unique way in which their heart sings, and we have to make room for it all. We have to make room for it all. We truly do. We have to bring forth that which is within us. In the Gospel of Thomas, it says, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you." Much of this talk came from a book I read many years ago, back in the early 2000s. It's called Jesus and the Lost Goddess, and it was really about the early Christians and the Gnostics and really the beliefs that they held that are very similar to many of the things that we hold within unity. Bring forth what's within you and it'll save you. But back then, in early Christianity, to be saved meant to preserve a realization of our sensual nature. It meant that we discover that we are the permanent presence of consciousness. I am. That's freedom. We are the permanent presence of consciousness that knows. That's liberation. That's freedom. Because it will always be. That's always who we'll be. No one can ever change that, no matter what. You're always going to be in a place where you know the way to your unfolding and a greater realization of all you're here for, into the greater realization of expressing joy. You'll always know the way to bringing more of yourself home so that you can just begin to realize that this life is more than you could ever imagine. This life is more, and it's meant to be more than we could ever imagine. I'd like to close with, it's from Myrtle Fillmore, from the book, How to Let God Help You. How many were at the class, How to Let God Help You? Yeah, several here. And just a great book. If you haven't read it yet, put it on your list of to reads. Myrtle Fillmore is the co-founder of Unity. And here's what she says in her book, How to Let God Help You. And in her first chapter called The Purpose of Living, she said, the real purpose of your life is to express the creation of God, to unfold the many departments of your mind which God has planned for you. To unfold the many departments. There's more for you to become aware of within you. You know, we're not in the universe is within us. And within us is a plan that wants to unfold. That's your spiritual history. It instinctively wants to get to its goal. It instinctively wants to get to a fuller expression of wholeness. The real purpose of your life is to express the creation of God, to unfold the many departments of your mind which God has planned for you and which will enable you to know and do His will. When you know that there is nothing for you to worry about or to fear, you may then relax and feel happy. Nothing to worry about. I am. I am. Always will be. I am. When you know that living as God has planned it here and now is beautiful, and that you can know just what God's plans are for you, you will be really interested in living, won't you? Yeah, we always know what the soul is bringing next in our life. May that become so aware for you this week as you choose it, and you will experience greater liberation. Happy 4th. Namaste.
She's cueing me to smile. Okay, so as part of the journey back to on-site church, it is a joy to begin to announce some exciting classes coming up soon. On July 14th, we will be happy to host Reverend Mother Barbara Rebar. And Barbara, if you're watching, I did not coin that phrase. Reverend Richard Rogers did, so there you go. As she leads building happy family relationships. During this class, you will learn how to move your family from frustration and aggravation to joy and connection. Please spread the word, as this will be a remarkable class. If you are interested in attending, please contact Reverend David. You can find more information in the e-newsletter. Another class that we are happy to host will be co-led by one of our very own prayer chaplains, Susan Schmidt. Starting on Sunday, July 11th, Lee Holden and Susan will begin a series on nonviolent communication, a book study with practice. An example of one of the many things you will learn from this series is a significant improvement in relationships with family, friends, and coworkers. If you are interested in attending, please contact Susan. You can also find more information in the e-newsletter. Lastly, we're happy to host our very own Reverend David as he leads a book study to revisit the 4 agreements. The book study will be 3 weeks and will be held on Sundays starting July 28th. If you are interested in attending, please contact Reverend David. And now Reverend David will lead us in sharing our love offerings with our offertory blessing.
Thank you, Eileen. Thank you. How many noticed that Jessie just stepped in 1 hour of training and she's knocking it out of the park? Let's give her a roar. As Jessie always says, you're more than enough. You're more than enough. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful. So this is that time in the service where, we just bring into our hearts and our minds, some are giving online, some are mailing in checks. And, last week when I explained that we put the baskets in the back, the idea was that we just didn't want to expose everybody. However they give, we don't want to have them come up forward and, if you give online or if you mail it in or however you do, that's your private business. So the idea really is, until we begin to pass baskets again, is just to put them in the back, and whenever you get a chance on Sunday morning, just go back there. So you don't really have to go back after we're just going to take a quiet time to just be in the space of celebration with Angie with the music of the giving here at Unity Medina, and it's very strong, and we're very grateful. We're very grateful. So together, in your hands, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are grateful. So let's twitch with your hearts. I invite you to just check in for a moment. Ask yourself this question: does it feel good to be here this morning? An absolutely beautiful child, expressing that love she has for the earth. So grateful. And so for the gifts and the offerings this morning, so grateful. For the prayers that you brought this morning, there at home, or maybe they're just in your heart right now. Breathe in and affirm together, I am. See them in that freedom, relaxed into that wholeness. I am So I invite you to affirm with me again, I am. Together, everyone, I am. And one more time, I am. And then I am the presence. Together, I am the presence. We know this is true for each one. The prayers in the box. We celebrate that freedom. In the name of the Christ. Amen. Thank you, B. So let's just all join together in singing our peace song. And so for right now, we're just staying in our chairs. So together. Firm, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And we are so blessed to have Angie with us every Sunday morning. Thank you, everyone, for being here. How beautiful. Thank you.